Hi, it's Jenny. Today I'm going to take you through some of the purchases I've made recently and talk to you about what I'm going to be doing with them. I'll also show you a couple of the first project bits and pieces I'm going to be making. So I was shopping in a store called The Works. It's a UK store and it has recently reopened after lockdown, so it was great to get back in there. There's a few sale prices, but prices are pretty good in there anyway. So first item I bought is a design pad, 30 sheets, 3 sheets of each of 10 designs, and it's 100 gram weight, so it's nice and light. It is only single-sided, unfortunately, but that's okay for lots of things. And as you can see, £1 for the pad. So the designs are rather nice, lots of roses and that sort of thing, and they'll be absolutely great. I'm a sucker for script. Okay. There we go. Next one is a paper pad. That's 15 by 21 centimetres, 24 sheets, 2 of each of 12 designs, and it's 250 gram weight for £2. It's nice and heavier weight, so you could use it to make greetings cards if you wanted. Single-sided again, but rather pretty designs once more. Love these. How pretty is that? This one here's got a wee thing at the bottom which says happiness blooms from within. There we go. So that one's a great one too. The next one here, which I've not had anything like this before, is a die cut book. I don't normally buy die cuts. Now £2 again, absolutely fantastic. There are 12 pages in here, I believe, and it's probably 100 gram again. The idea being that you pop out the pieces, because they're already all die cut, can you see that there? You pop out all the pieces, so all these pieces would be layered up on that sheet there, and that would make an ideal birthday card, journaling card, scrapbook page, something like that. But the designs in them are absolutely super, and the bits and pieces are just like wee mini ephemera, all ready to go, aren't they? So I thought I could get some mileage out of some of these. Okay, £2. This one here was down to 50p. Couldn't resist it. Not maybe the best designs in the world or colours in the world for me, but you know, a bit of ink on them. Tear them up, use them with other things, and actually they'll be absolutely fine. Probably quite good for backgrounds and things as well. So at 50p, I couldn't resist it. Okay, 30 sheets, 100 grams again. This one here must have been the steal. 25p, down from £1. Same again, 30 sheets. These are about 6 by 6 inches. 3 sheets of each of 10 designs and 100 gram pages again. So lots of possibilities there too. Some of them are better than others. That one's beautiful. And definitely some of them can be used in lots of different ways, so I'm not worried about that either. I think that's great. There we go. Next one is called Mystery Victorian. £1 for the pack. Absolutely love this one. Completely different feel to this one. Not all nice and flowery. Beautiful tiles. Marble. Wallpaper. Music. Adore that one. And I did buy a big pad as well. It was £3, 24 sheets. It's double-sided and it's 230 grams. And you can see all the different designs there, so they're absolutely gorgeous. There we go. So lots of fun to be had with that one as well. The other thing I did buy was this tiny little packet, of little plastic rose beads, which are rather nice. £1 for 40 of them. thought that was a good deal too, and they'll be ideal for the project I'm going to be doing. So for my project, and if you're going to be starting a new project, I would recommend that you choose some papers that you're going to be using, and then keep those bits and pieces handy all together, put them in a bag or a folder or something, so that you know you can always use those particular ones when you want to, and that way everything will match and blend in together. So these are the ones I'm going to be using, with the grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, £6 and 25 pence. That's the only bits I'm going to be buying for this project. I'm going to be making a romantic themed vintagey journal, and all my bits and pieces I'm going to use other than this will be things I've already got. So that will include some hand dyed paper. Now these have been dyed with food colouring, or there's some tea stained, coffee stained ones as well in amongst, and I'll be using these a lot as well. I'll also be using, of course, book pages and bits and pieces of cardboard. Okay, so today I'm going to do 2 wee projects to start me off, and I invite you to join me. The thing I will say is that I'm going to be making all of these items over the next few weeks, months, whatever, and then towards the end I'll start to decorate them all up and embellish them. I'm not going to be doing that at this stage. Okay, the first item I'm going to make today then is going to be a heart pocket. These wee heart pockets, I know I've seen them in a variety of different places. I believe Corrie Damon was the most recent person I've seen that made them, and I think they're rather pretty. They'll work very well in my book. Obviously, the pocket will be pocket top like that. You would just stick it straight into your book. If you glue down that way and that way into your book, of course, you could then use the back as a pocket too if you wanted to. Now, this one here has been made with double-sided cardstock. This one here has been made with 2 sheets of book paper. One of them, well, they were both tea stained, but one of them was more so than the other. And this one here was made with single-sided notebook paper. If you only have single-sided, then it's absolutely fine, because you can tint it up a bit more with your inks, or even putting a strap of washi tape across here would help to decorate it a little further. So that's the first thing I'm going to make, and it uses 6x6 paper. So that's what I'm going to do. All this beautiful paper to choose from, I don't know where to choose. Let me think. I think that one there will be perfect for the job. Right. As I said, if you're going to do a project, a complete project like this, keep all these bits and pieces together in the one bag or folder or box, and whenever you've got trimmings, keep them together too, because we can use them later on for clusters, tags, embellishments and that sort of thing. So this one here needs to be cut down to 6x4. This one is currently 6x6, so I'm going to take 2 inches off the side. This ruler here is actually a quilting ruler. I rather like to use the quilting ruler because I find, I'm a quilter as well, but I find that you can see nice and easily what you're doing with it. I'm turning that round because I can see it better, because it's white. Okay. There we go. That strip will get kept for another day. That's me. Remember, if it was directional, you want to make sure that the direction, that it's long ways down the sides and short way across the top. Okay. You need to fold it across the top long ways now, and then get something round. I'm going to use just a paint bottle here, and what you want to do is draw the circle from your round item. That will not show you though on my paper, but you might be able to see that. Okay, and now I'm going to trim that off with a pair of scissors. There we go. Get Get rid of that wee bit. Okay. That's it. Now you can see that's the top of my heart. Take the bottom end and fold it up to the start of your curves. And a nice crisp fold. If you've got a bone folder, by all means use that. Next step is to fold these corners into the middle. So that one's coming in. There we go. That one's coming in. There we go. Nearly finished. Fold it down there. And that would be my pocket. Simple. I'm going to ink it a little bit first of all. I'm going to bring in Victorian Velvet Distress ink. Just to get rid of some of that whiteness. And then I'm going to use a bit of hickory smoke as well. Don't worry about what colours you buy, use whatever ones you've got handy, it's not a big deal. You know, it's better to use what you've already got rather than spending an absolute fortune just to get exactly the same shade. I know one of the most popular shades is the Vintage Photograph. I don't have it. I don't mind not having it. I've got plenty of other ones that I'll use instead. Now, it's not going to matter all that much on this one because it's quite dark, but I am going to put a wee bit of this across the top anyway, just to help a little bit definition. And then across the bottom here too. If you're not an ink fan, don't ink it. It's okay. Nobody's going to mind. And there we go. Now I'm going to use some wet glue to glue it in. It's up to you, whatever kind of glue you choose. I think it might be Anita's tacky glue I've got at the moment on the go. I just use whichever one I've got to hand. One side in. Other side in. And now to fold this top one down. There we go. Fold it down, tuck around the corners. And that's it done. There we go. Okay, so that's my first project done. Next one I'm going to make is a triple pocket. I think this might also be a Corrie Damon project, although I have altered mine slightly. When Corrie did hers, she cut these pieces all to fit exactly to meet in the middle, and actually I wanted to show a bit of the background fabric paper through. It's a slightly textured paper and I quite liked the contrast of it. I'm going to do something slightly different again today as well, because this was on 6x6 and I want to make sure it can fit in our book, which is probably not going to be as wide as 6x6. So something slightly different. Now, to make this, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of 6x6 if you've got them. Or what I'm going to be doing is using 1, 2, 3 different pieces of 6x6, and I'm going to use a piece of dyed paper at the back as a journaling space. Okay, right, so choosing my paper. I think we'll choose some of this one this time round, will we? No, absolutely not. We'll go with this one, that sheet there. That one. And this one here. There we go. So that's my 3 sheets. And for a sheet of paper for the back, I'm going to go with this one here. Right. First of all then, we want this one to be down to 6 by 6. Unfortunately, I'm a left-handy, and these things are always made to be right for right-handers, so I have to go back to front with it, but okay. So 6 by 6. Now, I'm using some ideas inspired by other crafters, and I don't feel bad about that. I'm not cheating, I'm not copying them in a bad way, so don't ever feel that you shouldn't be copying other people too. And what I have done in this occasion most definitely is I'm taking Corey's idea and I'm actually moving it to do something different with it too. So you can also always be inspired by other crafters, which is perfect. Now, bringing this sample back again, I need to decide what way I want my patterns. Do I want big rows and small other bits? Do I want that one there and those 2 there? Yep, that works for me. Yeah, that way. Perfect. So the piece down the side, the blue piece here on this one, is 2.5 inches wide by 6 inches, of course. So 2.5 wide. Now, because I wanted the little gap, what I've done is I've made it 2.5 minus a little bit, so it's actually 2 3/8 wide. And that just gives me the gap that I'm looking for. And the way I'm going to do it today makes the gap even more important than before. Okay, this one goes back in the pile for the next time. And then I need 2 of these to be 3.5 inches wide by 3 inches. But I'm going to trim it back by 1 inch that way. Sorry, one point that way and 1 point this way. So these will in fact be 3 inches minus 1/8 of an inch by 3.5 inches minus 1/8 of an inch. Here we go. There we go, done. Now I want to cut divots into each of these so I can pull cards and things out. And I'm just going to use this punch today. If you've got a punch, hole punch, a circular punch or a shaped punch, then absolutely fine. If not, then just cut it with a pair of scissors. It's not that important. It's just so you've got a wee thumb grip. And Those ones are done. And that one's done. There we go. Okay, so I want to glue these in place now. If you've not trimmed things perfectly, it doesn't matter because you can always trim a wee sliver off the sides afterwards. So these ones will get glued down first of all. Remember not to do that side there because that's where your pocket would be to pop something in. Okay, pop this one on first of all. There we go. And my next one. There we go. Now, the difference I'm going to do to it this time is I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to put this pocket on there. Okay. And I'll show you why in a wee moment. Now, as you can see, this is slightly short here, and it's because, although I said that it was 6-inch papers, I'm in the UK, so the papers are actually centimetres, not inches, so they're not quite accurate. But as I've mentioned before, I'm going to be trimming it down to make sure it's nice and neat, so I'm not really that worried. Okay, so line along the bottom edge. And we'll trim a wee sliver off. There we go. Line along that edge. Trim a sliver off. And that seems fine now. Okay, so this is what's going to be happening. I'm going to fold this one over that way. Snag that, that's because I was cutting it when it was damp. Okay, folding it that way. Now, I can pop it into my book like that. And that way it can fit nice and easily in the book. I can find a book to show you. There we go. If it was on this page here, it would fit that way. And now you've got a journaling spot here and 2 pockets. Or that way, journaling spot here, 3 pockets. I could also, if I choose to glue it in this way, there would be another pocket there. Another pocket here, 1 pocket there, and 3 and 4. If I glued across the top and bottom, it would become a belly band. All right, so lots of opportunities there for lots of space to put things, and still got journaling space there too. So that's my take on the triple pocket that Corrie Damon made. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that. I've still to ink this, but I don't think you'll want me to watch me do that. So hopefully I'll see you next time for the next project. Okay, bye then.